somewhere I can help you?
No, just checking it out, man.
What are you checking out?
Oh, just the facilities.
Well, you can't take pictures of anything inside the building.
Okay, I already got them.
Are you still not interested in the security, sir?
What's that?
Are you interested in the security equipment inside?
Whatever you want to show me.
Security equipment is not something you're allowed to take pictures of.
Oh, really?
You take pictures outside the building all you want to.
Okay.
And as far as that goes, even the inside of the building is not a big deal. But all this is a U.S. Forest Service building. The only thing that's in there, actually, it's empty right now, to be honest with you, except for the employees that are in the call center.
Okay.
Working on fires,
Working on. Oh, okay.
which there's plenty of them burning around the country right now.
All right. No knives allowed in there?
No knives, no guns of any kind. This is a federal facility.
Oh, okay.
No weapons of any kind. No pepper spray, none of that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's like any other federal facility.
I'm not familiar with a lot of federal facilities.
Any federal facility, you're not allowed to carry any kind of weapons to any kind of federal facility of any
Oh,
kind.
okay. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not from around here. I had heard of this thing
It
that
doesn't matter where you are in the country. If you're anywhere in the country
Well,
and you're in a federal facility, you're not allowed to carry weapons.
I'm really not familiar with U.S. laws at all. I've heard that, I hear all these people in the U.S. saying something about some Second Amendment, and where I come from, you don't get to have any weapons anywhere. But it sounds like here you also don't get to have any weapons if the government says you don't. Is that right?
The Second Amendment doesn't apply inside of a government facility.
Right. Yeah.
Outside the government facility, you can carry weapons right out here all you want to.
Right. Just not around government.
You just can't go inside of a government building.
Oh, okay.
And it's really simple. There's been so many threats over the years on government buildings. I mean, it's simple.
Yeah.
You don't want to carry a weapon into a government building.
Yeah, sure. Does the government? I notice you're carrying a weapon.
Of course I'm carrying this. I'm armed security for the federal government.
Oh, okay. So the government can have weapons, but the people can't. Is that right? I'm just trying to understand. Like I said, I'm not from this area. I always hear these goons, these silly people going on about my Second Amendment. But yeah, I thought this was how it was. If government says you can't have it, you can't have it. Isn't that right?
Inside of a government facility.
Cool. And that can extend to anything, anywhere,
The
right?
laws out here on the street are the laws out here on the street. Inside the building,
Cool.
it's federal law.
Oh, okay. Who pays for the buildings?
Who pays for the building?
Yeah.
The federal government pays for the building.
Oh, okay. Where'd they get their money?
They're leased.
Oh, okay. Most federal buildings, if not all, are leased, right? Well, I guess
I
in
don't
D.C.,
know how many of them are actually leased and how many aren't.
I think a lot are leased now. I think in D.C. there's some that are owned. Yeah, so no. So who pays for them again?
The federal government pays.
Federal government. Cool. Where'd they get the money from?
You know where the money comes from.
What's that?
You know where the money comes from.
Are you telling me that the federal government took money from people without their consent to build buildings to take away their right to bear arms?
I can't get into. Look,
I'm just asking.
You're preaching to the choir, buddy. I'm a big Second Amendment person. Outside this building, I have my own beliefs and everything, but inside the building, doing my job, I have to do my job, and I can't go over politics and all that kind of stuff with you.
Yeah, sure. What is politics?
You know what politics is.
Is politics the art of taking away rights from other individuals through legislation and voting?
Like I said, I can't go over all that with you. I can't go over.
I'm just trying to understand the way that the United States of America
I understand
works.
what you're trying to do, but I can't. I can't let you treat me into answering a bunch of questions like that.
I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just trying to understand the way the United States of America
I think
works.
you already understand it. And I think
Okay.
I understand it and you understand it, so we'll just leave it at that. But
Okay.
as far as taking pictures of buildings, be my guest.
Okay.
You can't take pictures of security equipment. You can't come in the building with a weapon. That's all I can tell you.
I didn't take any pictures of the security equipment, but I've got video of it. Is that okay?
If you can take it from out here, you've taken it from out here, you're good to go.
How come the lobby's locked?
Yeah, it's a building that is presently closed down to the public. This building is not open to the public right now.
How come?
That's not my decision. It's just not open to the public right now.
Right, I understand it's not your decision. I just don't know. I'm wondering why it's closed to the public.
Since COVID started, and what they've reopened, what they haven't. I'm not privy to all of that information. That's all handled by people way above my pay grade.
Understood? Yeah, again, I'm trying to understand everything that's going on. From what I see, though, maybe in conclusion, I can wrap it all up here. the federal government took money from the people against their consent to disarm them in certain buildings, and now they're not even allowed in those certain buildings that they paid for.
That's not something I'm at liberty.
Just trying to, in conclusion here, just what did we gather from this interaction?
I'm going to tell you something, man. One of the people I think is like, I mean, for real, doing the work of the creator is James Freeman. If you guys ever get the chance, check him out. James Freeman on YouTube. He does a lot of important work and educational work. You know, there's a lot of things that is going on, and a lot of people just assume that this is the way things are, or they believe this is the way things are. But in reality, in the world that we live in right now, they are constantly eroding our freedom. For instance, the Second Amendment was penned on paper to protect and ensure our right that is endowed to us by the Creator. And it is not about hunting and, sport. The Second Amendment is there so we can defend ourselves from a tyrannical government. When a tyrannical government is in power, they want all of us disarmed. We are funding our own slavery. All taxation is theft. And any and all taxation that is done at the point of a government gun is extortion. Flat out armed robbery. Okay? And then the government uses that time and labor that we produce and steals it in the form of taxes, and then uses that time and labor against us in the form of putting out legislation to erode our God-given or the rights that are endowed to us by the Creator. We pay for these buildings. We pay for all these vehicles, all these uniforms, all these weapons that these sovereign citizens claiming to be public servants. We pay for it out of our time and labor. Okay? And then they want to use that against us. For instance, like what James was pointing out right there. We pay for that building, but they close it to the public that pay for it. We pay for that building and the services that they provide, or supposed to provide. And we're not allowed to exercise our Second Amendment right to defend ourselves in these buildings that we pay for. I mean, they're trying to make it to the point where, in a sense, you are not allowed to defend yourself outside of your property line. Once you leave your house, they don't want you to be able to defend yourself. Because they want to portray to everybody and trying to make people believe that if you want to own a weapon, And it doesn't matter what weapon it is, to defend yourself, your family, your property. That is evil. And you're most likely going to be like the next school shooter because you want to have your weapons. This is exactly what Nazi Germany used to do. They tried to demonize everybody that stood up for their rights, their freedoms. You notice I didn't say liberty, because liberty is, you know, a dog has liberty once you take him off that leash. Or he actually has liberty even on the leash when you take him outside. It's still permission. Freedom. Free people do not have to ask for permission. And the government wants to claim that they're the only sovereign and they are the only free people. And we're just subjects. We're just serfs of the government. We are just nothing but cattle that they have to herd together and keep control over. I've been trying to tell people for so damn long. Nobody wants to listen. People, you need to wake up. Now, James Friedman just happens to touch on some of the heart of what's going on, just in a simple few-minute video. And he does a fabulous job, in my opinion. Now, there's other people out there that are testing the government to see if they respect our Bill of Rights, the rights that are endowed to us by the Creator. It's supposed to be protected and insured by the government. And unfortunately, over and over and over and over and over and over again, all over this country, you have these sovereign citizens claiming to be public servants, wearing costumes and badges, constantly violating those rights with no repercussions and no punishment for their violations. That has got to change. That script must be flipped. All the way from the bottom to the top. Any and all government officials that violate our civil rights, our rights that are endowed to us by the Creator. And it's not even all of them that are listed in the Bill of Rights. We have much more than this, just what's listed. But when they violate those rights that are listed in the Bill of Rights, they are the criminals. And they must be punished. And they will be punished to the maximum penalty. Now, I only live here in America, but I'm speaking to the world. It is time for people around the world to wake up and stand up. And it is time to eradicate communism, socialism, Marxism from this planet. It is time to eradicate that idea. You need to get your head out of the sand. You need to stop believing that the government can't do no wrong, or the government wouldn't do this, or the government, I don't want to believe that they would do this to us. Well, they're fucking doing to us. They're doing it to us right now in our face, real time. And I sincerely hope that people around the world wake up, smell the reality, because it's going to be too damn late to have that oh crap moment when all the robots are going down the street killing people and the drones are overhead. It'll be way too late. I say that simply because I've been keeping up with the AI systems, and I've been keeping up with robotics and cybernetics. And you think that's all science fiction? You people need to wake the fuck up. All governments around the world for centuries have done nothing but steal, lie, and murder the people in the name of government. That has to stop. We need to break that cycle. We need to cut that chain. I know I'm all by myself right here. I know there's a lot of people around the world that have the same mindset. But yet there are so many people out there drinking the damn Kool-Aid and believing whatever the fuck they want to believe simply because it's easier to just comply. Well, when it comes to your door, what are you going to do? Comply? Because honestly, in their minds, in the eyes of government and all those that are enforcing government's will, hell, they're just doing a job. I'm just doing my job. I was doing what I was told to do. They're going to see it like, well, you must comply or you will die. Like I said, it's time to flip that script. It's time for the government to stop resisting and comply with the people. You know, this crap that they want to put in our body, any forced, compelled, or coerced crap that they want to put in the body is a violation of the Nuremberg Code, because this is an experimental concoction. You are becoming the experiment. This is considered war crimes and treason to the people. The maximum penalty for this is death.
Power off.
the 1122 Wingnut Radio out here for Anarchy Television. Back out.